I'm EmberBurnsBlack. I appreciate you turning in. This is completely impromptu. I'm planning on going live tomorrow, but depending on if I make it to the store or not depends on if I can go live tomorrow. And this was a situation that I've been hoping to avoid, that I've been hoping something would give beforehand, but apparently it hasn't. I was driving last night when my brakes completely went out. Those of you who know the situation know that I have been worried about my brakes for months now. I stopped going to the church that I go to because I'm terrified to make the trip. I've canceled multiple times because I'm terrified of making the trip. And I have not been driving in the snow, which is pathetic because I lived in North Dakota for 6 months and I used to pride myself on driving in the snow. So I know that I have been asking you guys, the most important thing I need from you is watch hours, and this is true. I'm supposed to go to work tonight. I don't see how I'm going to work tonight. I don't see how I'm going back to work if I can't make it to work. And that worries me. Since I moved here, the whole plan was to get my life together after everything that I had been put through. And since I moved here, I have not received child support once from my daughter's father, which has cut my income completely in half. Um, my daughter, knowing that I haven't gotten any child support, has actually changed her name. She goes by her middle name now because one of the reasons is it's the name I gave her, and she doesn't want any memory left of her father. That, and she absolutely adores her stepdad, the one that she has now, including what the last stepdad put her through. I don't even have makeup on right now, guys. I just looked at the camera and realized that I look like crap, which isn't typical of me. But like I said, if something doesn't give, there's not going to be a live stream tomorrow. So, I have not received child support since November. I had a company contact me right around the time my life went to crap, wanting me to promote their products. So I spent an hour last week unboxing the junk they sent me, and I do say junk. I was thoroughly impressed. However, hours after I'd used the stuff, everything I cleaned, needed to be re-cleaned because of the horrible film that was left all over everything. When I reached out to the company to say that I had, made the video, I'd like to set up a schedule to, what do I need to do in my videos and how much am I getting paid? The response I got was, here's what we would like you to do in your next video. And made every excuse under the sun not to pay me. But they wanted to give free product away to somebody else that I chose. The same products that I had to re-clean after their products cleaned it. I would have accepted, hey, product placement, shout out, use the product per video, $10. I would have gone for $5. But the response I got was so utterly disgusting that I want some kind of compensation for the hope that I put into them and the time I spent doing that video. because the response I got was just so disgusting that I will make sure that people know what they did without ever advertising for them. So basically, if you need to clean something, go to the dollar store. You're better off a Fabuloso than the junk they sent. I'm so frustrated because of my breaks that I'm one. There's so many people that have let me down, and I know that people are like, oh, you should be independent. Oh, you should, this, you should that. I've never been independent before. And it's everywhere that I have put my hope and trust has failed me. The reason that I haven't gotten my breaks is I haven't been able to find another job. I'm not getting paid enough at my job to fix my car, which is why I couldn't afford my rents. And then when I go for another job, people don't want to hire me, and now I've figured out that it's the reputation of where I'm working. And not only that, but I've never gotten a job based on what's on my application. I've always gotten a job based on who I know. And yet, my ex-fiance brought me out here where I knew nobody. And he was supposed to be the breadwinner, which ended up, he lost his job right away. And I had a 380-pound blob that was completely unemployed yelling at me to get a job, spending my cash assistance, spending my child support, and acting like I was stealing his money when it was all mine. So that's let me down too. It's just, I couldn't sleep this morning. And I feel like if I let this out and put this out there and humiliate myself, maybe somebody will know where I'm coming from. I also got $1 on PayPal, a donation from Joshua Ward, who sent me $1 to declare either I have to take a dump or I'm holding a dump at the end of my next live stream to humiliate myself by talking about having to take a dump for $1. And I said, don't worry, you're going to get your dollar's worth. So thank you, Joshua Ward, for that $1, in which case you asked me to humiliate myself, and I said you would get $1's worth. I was out a couple months ago with my boyfriend. Actually, let me talk about my breaks a little bit more. So I had the situation of trying to pay over $700 for rents or fixing my brakes. Obviously, my rent came first because I had to keep a roof over my daughter's head. And not only that, a place for my mom to bug out to make sure that she could use all of my appliances, some of which aren't even working in her house. I told her as soon as my car started acting up, and she said I had to worry about it. The only help I got from her was money that my great-grandmother had left me that she was hoarding this whole time, holding on to. Never gave me access to. I don't know if she just remembered it or what happened, but I mean, maybe she did the right thing. So anyway, I moved here in November on top of losing my child support because I found out that my daughter's genetic donor got married, which I hope that whoever was dumb enough to marry him enjoyed the wedding that she paid for, because I know he didn't pay for it. Has not paid child support, taking out half my income for the month. I have not paid rent fully since I moved to this house. And I have been so thankful that my landlord has been understanding of that. So, Before I moved here, I had another boyfriend who was supposed to look at the brakes. Every time he was supposed to look at the brakes, something came up, like he didn't feel like doing anything. He just didn't feel good, so he didn't want to be bothered with it. So it got put off. Leave the dog alone. So it got put off. Somebody else that said they had my back didn't. So me and my boyfriend went out. We were walking around downtown shopping. Not even shopping, just walking around for the sake of doing something together. And I remember going to work later that day and literally stuffing my mouth as I walked through the door in a fit of complete hangriness because he didn't feed me. We didn't have money to eat. And I was so frustrated that day. And why I was frustrated was my mom actually went to spend some time with me when she came into town, and we took a side road, and this guy by the name of Paul Hicks actually pulled out on my mom, hit my mom, and then tried to claim that my mom hit him. Which him pulling out and hitting my mom, causing the accident, cost her the car. A car that she has had since I was about my daughter's age. And she loved that car. She is actually holding on to that car for my son. That car is now gone thanks to him. So my mom needed my help, which remember, I don't have brakes. I can't get out to my mom to help my mom. My mom hasn't been out since I moved because since I moved, a week after moving, I accidentally broke a major appliance that we haven't been able to fix yet. Again, thank God my landlord boyfriend is the most understanding person in the world. While my mom is on the phone telling me that I am obligated to help her, keep in mind that she has not had anything to do with me since I moved because some of my appliances aren't working and that doesn't benefit her. So she has not been out here. She has not spent time with me. Her comments, because I tell her, we can't help you. And not only that, but she already has everything set for my uncle to take care of her. My uncle has not seen her in years, but yet he's more trusted than I am after everything I have done for my mom. So her response is, well, I can use his credit card, can I? She asked to use my boyfriend's credit card because she didn't have a car when she has not helped me with mine. So my brakes went out yesterday. This was months ago. This was about October, December, November, somewhere around there. My brakes were out yesterday. I got where I was going and I called my boyfriend and I said, I'm scared. I made it in. I don't know how I'm going to get home. And he's like, what happened? I'm like, I went to stop at the light over there. And I told him exactly where it happened. And the car popped and it just started drifting. And I pulled onto the shoulder. And by the time I got the car stopped, I was looking at the driver of the car in front of me. That's how far the car drifted. And he's like, can you stop the car? I'm like, no. And I wanted to go to that store over there and I'm scared. And he goes, why don't you walk? And I'm like, I'm going to think about it. Because I don't like walking. And not only that, I had to cross a bad intersection. That's not a place you want to walk. I've done it before. So he gets off work and he comes to check up on me. And I hand him, and he's like, how do you want to get home? And I'm like, I don't know. So I hand him the keys, and I'm like, I trust your judgment. He goes out, and he's out in my car for about, I don't know if it was a half hour or an hour. It seems like eternity before he came back to give me back my keys. And he's like, you have no brakes whatsoever. I have the pedal on the floor and you're still going. And I'm like, I know. And he goes, do you want me to drive you home? Do you want me to drive your car? Do you drive my car? Do you want me to follow you? Do you want to follow me? How do you want to do this? And I'm like, I don't have a choice now. I'm going to try to come home. And I have to shop anyway. There was another store I wanted to hit on the way home. Because I'm planning a live stream tomorrow. And if I don't have everything, I'm going to have to cancel that. So I'm like, let me try to get home. And if I need you, I will call you. So he forgot that I was going to the store. He sat by the phone for 45 minutes to an hour on prayers and bated breath, waiting for me to get home. And he goes, I forgot you were going to the store. I'm like, I'm sorry. And he was like, you should have called. I was like, I was afraid if I'd call, you'd panic. And he was like, yeah, I would have. I ran 3 red lights on the way home yesterday because I couldn't stop. It was probably the worst drive of my life. I got in, I plugged my phone in, got myself together, and I picked up his phone. And he didn't even notice. He didn't freak out. He didn't panic. He didn't grab it from me. He didn't give me a lecture. I just picked up his phone. And he was totally okay with it because he's not doing anything horrible behind my back or trying to control me. So that wasn't a problem. And I called my mom. And I told my mom what happened. And my mom goes on to talk about her new car and everything going on with her new car, which is nothing. She's having issues with the title. And then she goes on to talk about issues she's having with the town that she was not supposed to be in. My dad died in 2019, and his dying wish was that she sold that house and got out of that town. She's still there. So she starts complaining about that. And then she starts talking about her cat. And it gets to the point he's standing there. And he goes, I don't know how long you've been on that phone, but I sat here scared to death that you weren't going to make it home. And your mom is more worried about her cat, the hair on her cat's ears, than everything you're going through. And I'm like, I know. This has been my daily life with my mom at all times. And I just sat there and I was like, I need you to be my mom. I need help. I actually just had an 18-year-old friend text me to ask if I'm okay. A kid just texted me to ask if I'm okay. Thank you, John. I decided to get back onto YouTube because it was a passion I have. My friends seem to want me to get back to it. Everyone loves when I'm on YouTube. And I love when I'm on YouTube. And maybe this time it'll work. Which I'm 2/3 of the way to making money, and I'm a third of the way to getting monetized, so something is working. It's just hard. But I hope this works because I'm tired of my legalized slavery. And I'm getting desperate because my car is shot. I can't go anywhere. But I'm in tears last night because my mom doesn't seem to understand where I'm coming from. And then, remember, months ago, she asked to use my boyfriend's credit card. She made the comment, she's like, I don't know if he is your boyfriend, your sugar daddy, or what he is. And then he storms across this room. Thank you. He storms across this room, and he picks up the phone and he goes, listen, I am no one's sugar daddy. And there's an age gap between me and my boyfriend, and it's pretty big. And sometimes I find it disgusting that I have to date somebody old enough to be my father to get the love and respect that I've deserved my whole life. That there is such a disconnect with what is supposed to be men these days. I know I'll be okay. Thank you. That I found probably somebody more abused and used than I am to finally take care of me. I'm spoiled. Let's be honest. I am freaking spoiled. But it's the common sense of, if I have not been able to fix everything in my life with everything going on, I don't know what to do at this point. I've asked multiple people, where can I find jobs? And usually it's either they're not interested in me, they're staffed up, or here's the worst part, I can't get there. Because a friend suggested going to a casino that's always hiring. And he makes good money. So just the drive alone was like impossible for me, and I was scared with my car, and now I don't have my car. So there's a lot of people hitting me up now. I should probably stop. Any advice, any help, anything is, at this point, I just hope I see you guys tomorrow. I just hope I can take care of myself, because finally someone seems to want to take care of me, which I should be in the position to be taken care of. I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. I'm so broken down. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I usually don't humiliate myself, but I've gotten to the point that I don't know what else to do at this point. Because I had a to-do list today, and I can't even get started on it. I can't even. Thank you. I don't even know if I'm going to go to work today. I don't even know when I'm going to go to work. Which, I don't even want to go to work because it's not even work anymore. It's just legalized slavery between how I'm treated and how I'm paid. Which is like a really crappy place. We met at the game, me and you. We met in a game. There's so many games I play, dude. I'm sorry, Jerome. I don't know if it was IMVU, Last Shelter, Phone Destroyer, Dungeons and Dragons. I play so many. Was it Cards Against Humanity even? That's This is another issue I have, which is a blessing and a curse all in one, is I know hundreds and hundreds of people, and a lot of them have like a story or a memory of how they met me, and I'm kind of like, uh, hi. I like to see you happy. I'm so sorry. Thank you. But I don't mean to be ignorant, and I'm sorry about that. You made me smile. I appreciate and love that. Thank you. So, this has been about 30 minutes of me just crying my eyes out. And D&D is the superior game. Yes, it is. Hey, John! Oh, yeah, I gotta check Discord because I know you guys are discussing this on Discord. I'm scared. Honestly, if your mom wants to give me a ride to work tonight, I'd appreciate it. I was kind of hoping to go to Walmart. And hey, wait. Oh, no, it's Saturday. I was gonna say, why aren't you in school? If you want to talk, I'm here. If you want to talk 101, thank you. I might call you. I didn't even know you had this. That's what I mean. I don't even know who all's on my YouTube anymore. Anyway, like I said, this has been almost a half hour. School sucks anyway. I can't imagine going to school in this day and age. You know, here's how much faith I have in school, okay? When I was your age, I was terrified every time I got in a new relationship. Okay? Because they taught us that it was girls more so than boys. That if you've had sexual relations with more than 2 people, you have an STD. So I was terrified growing up every time a boyfriend dumped me or I had to replace one, that I was going to catch something. And that you developed cervical cancer by having multiple partners. Never once, listen to this, never once were we taught about HPV. We were taught that multiple partners caused HPV problems. So they omitted those facts. I'd hate to see what they are, I hate to see what those teachers are trying to teach kids now. Actually, yeah, I really would, because now it's probably, there's 102 genders. Actually, no, there's 105. We just added 3 more. I don't know. No, someone's gonna get offended because I just spoke truth. Anyway, this is a good place to probably cut off. If you want to call me John, you can. Like I said, I might need your mom. 105. I don't know what the statistics are. I haven't checked lately. Which is funny. I actually ran into one of my friends who used to be like a really, really good friend of mine, and I absolutely love her. I can barely keep up with the OG YouTube, right? And I was actually talking about her the other day with my not my child. Because she was like, "You're not inclusive." I was like, "Dude, I used to have a best friend who was a drag queen. Don't even go there." And I actually ran into her yesterday, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm so glad to see you!" Like, it was just a moment of, "Oh my god, I get to see somebody I love and care about." And then, even talking to her in the past, she doesn't even know what all these genders are. Like, even the members of the community who are coming up with this stuff can't follow it. So how is anyone else supposed to follow it? I don't know. Anyway, Thank you so much. I needed the laughs. I needed something because I've been up. I've considered live streaming since about 5 o'clock this morning because I couldn't sleep, and it's not fair to lay next to somebody and cry your eyes out when they're trying to sleep. So, anyway, I don't know. Any advice, anywhere to go, any kind of charity, anything that I can do for work, I am totally open to. Prayers, definitely. Like, that's all I've been doing. And usually I don't lose my faith. It's usually like these horrible things for the past year have happened, and I'm like, I'm gonna be okay. And guess what? I have been okay. I've just hit this one point of, okay, I don't know. So, anyway, I'm okay. I will talk to you guys later because now it has officially been over a half hour of this. So thank you guys. I appreciate you. If I don't live stream tomorrow, you know why. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay, goodbye. I have to go. I'm sorry. Have a good day, my friend. Nice to meet you. Okay, I've hit the X button several times. Looks like I'm not stopping this stream. Oh yeah, I am. Maybe